Hey there, subscribe to my channel, and also press this bell icon so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.
Good afternoon. Can I have your full name, please?
Hasan Can Yüksel.
All right. And can I see your passport, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. That's fine. Now, in the first part of the test, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Are you a student or do you have a job?
Yeah, I am a student. I'm a student in English class.
Okay. And why did you decide to study English?
Because I wanna study in master's program. That's why I have to study English and I have to get a IELTS score. That's why I study English.
Okay. Is it an interesting subject to study?
Yeah, it's IT. My study.
Your master's?
My master's. Yeah.
Okay. And why did you decide to study IT?
Because I like technology, and you know, IT is related about information and management to people. That's why.
Okay. Now let's go on to the topic of reading magazines. What kinds of magazines are popular in your country?
Gossip magazines popular in my country, actually, and also the sports magazine too.
Okay. So why do some people prefer to read magazines rather than books?
Because magazines has a hot topic, and that's the people interested in this gossip or sports program. That's why the people prefer to magazines.
Okay. And can you learn from magazines?
Sorry.
Can you learn from magazines?
No, I prefer to newspaper to read.
And why is that? Why is that? Why do you prefer to read newspapers?
Because my first degree is economy. I have to learn to economy news, and that's why. And I don't interested gossip and sportive activities.
So do you often read magazines?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't read often.
Okay. Now I'd like to talk to you about drinks.
Yeah.
What are some of the most popular drinks in your country?
In my country, is most popular drinks is special Turkish drinks. Is alcohol. It's we call it rakı. It's has a high level of alcohol inside.
Okay.
And the beer also.
Right. Are there any drinks that people have at special times?
Yeah, as birthdays or some celebrates, New Year celebrates. The people prefer to drink.
Right. Okay. Are there any hot drinks that you like?
Yeah, we drink tea, but hot. We prefer to hot tea, not iced tea, and coffee as well.
Okay. And what do you think are the healthiest drinks? What do you think are the healthiest drinks?
I like healthy drinks, especially milk. Yeah, just milk, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, now we have the second part of the speaking test. I'm going to give you a card about a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you start, you can have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and if you want to, you can make some notes. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
All
understand.
right. So here's some paper and a pencil for making notes, and here's your topic.
Thank you.
I'd like you to describe a house or an apartment you have lived in and which you liked.
Now look at the candidate's card for this speaking test.
I wanna.
All right. So remember, you can talk for 1 to 2 minutes, and I'll tell you when the time is up. All right. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. I wanna describe my apartments in my country. It's my apartment has a 8th floor, and we lived in 7th floor, and I like it because this apartment has a lot of we have a swimming pool and tennis courts, has lots of facility for social life, and I used to both of them, and our apartments is in Istanbul in Turkey, and it has our home flat has 3 rooms, and has a really huge kitchen, and my mom actually like the huge kitchen, and it's very close to our shop, and we can go by walking. It's and this apartment's a little suburb, far to center in Istanbul. But I like it. It's not crowded. Area is so quiet, and the people is elite people. And our neighbors also is kind peoples, and we talking to neighbors always, and we visit each other for God, our neighbors, and we have a good relation in our apartments.
So is your home similar to most other places in the area?
Little different, not similar. Little different, a little high quality than the others.
And has that area changed since you first lived there?
Yeah, it's changed because this building, these apartments, built several years ago, maybe 7 years ago, and after the finished these apartments, it's changed. This area has changed.
All right, thank you. You've been talking about a house or an apartment you have lived in, and now I want to discuss a few more general questions connected to this. Firstly, let's look at finding a place to live. How do people usually find a place to live in your country?
The people find a quiet place to live in my country because the center is so crowded and so noisy. The people prefer to quiet place.
And what other factors do you think determine where people choose to live?
I think main factor is their jobs, the people's jobs, because it's really a big problem in the metropole cities. The traffic, lots of cars and crowded. You must go early every time, and this is other factor for choose their apartments.
Right. All right. And can you compare for me, say in Istanbul, living, what it's like to live in an apartment compared to living in a house?
Yeah. My apartment I like my apartments, but I wants to live good view, has a good view apartments. Maybe when I look at the window, I can see ocean or river or like this, or lake.
But generally, what are the differences between living in an apartment and living in a house, say in a city like Istanbul?
It's too different. in Istanbul, the people generally live in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But if you live in the houses, you have not good relationships for their neighbors, because it's different in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in an apartment, you can get easily a friend, and yeah, it's advantage for make a good relationships.
Okay. Let's now look at home ownership. Do most people rent their homes or own their homes where you're from?
In Turkey,
Mm-hmm.
most people buy a home,
Mm-hmm.
not rent, because our home prices is not high. It's quite cheap,
Mm.
and you can get easily a home,
Okay.
because the people prefer to buying a home.
Right. So, what do you think the difference would be? What are the different attitudes between someone who's renting a home and someone who owns their own home? What's their attitude towards that home? Do you think there's a difference between a renter and an owner?
Yeah, there are lots of advantage or disadvantage to rent or owner. And if you rent a house, you must moving. You can be moved to other places, and always you must be ready to move.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But if you own the house, the one disadvantage is own the house. You live always you live the same place, and you never change your environment, and all the same, all the people is same.
Right.
But if you are a renter, you can change, and you can get new friends. You can see a new place.
Right. All right. Well, let's now look at residential areas. Why do you think it is that some residential areas, are more pleasant to live in than others? More pleasant to live in?
Because the residential areas is it's not really, it's not true in Turkey. It's not maybe it's for developed countries.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for developing countries, because it's different. Actually, we have no one center, and we have no residence areas. All these you can go and see. You can stay.
Right. But I guess, is one area nicer than another area?
Yeah.
So what makes that area nicer?
Nicer. It's if it's near the center.
Mm-hmm.
It's in if it's you can get easily transportation
Mm-hmm.
is and you can go everywhere. It's a center, like it's the people prefer to like this type areas.
So convenience.
Yeah, convenience.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Yeah, thank you.